Okay, good evening or good morning all. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our One Health project activity at WF Laos. My name is Phai Viang. I'm the site coordinator for Nampui National Protected Area and also part of the One Health team. These are our first One Health project Asamco with receiving funding from the FISOS initiative. The objective for the Asamco project in Laos, WF will focus on the ecosystem, livestock and wildlife interface, and developing prevent strategy and civilian activity. And our activity also under this project fall under component 2 and component 3, yeah? And this direction of imaging infection disease prevention strategy and also implementation of civilian and early detection strategy and socio-economic evolution. Yeah? So Nampui, one priority for WF Laos. We work in there more than 10 years already. So the Asamco project is implementing at the Nampui National Protected Area located in Sanyaburi province and northwest of Laos and bordering Thailand. WF has been working there for decades for the bordering with Nan province. Yeah? And it is the only national protected area located west of the Mekong River in Laos, with the area 191 to 200 hectares. This national protected area is the key habitat for wild Asian elephant and variety, including like the white-hand gibbon, cow, and sun bear. They are still abundant for the like the endangered species in that area, and it was officially recognized as an Asian heritage in October 2024. But like even though the threats still exist in the national protected area, such as illegal poaching and illegal logging, agriculture expansion, and farming, and habitat loss for major infrastructure construction in some and this the Asamco project activity under WF Laos, we compile of 3 main activity. The first activity is like facilitate health talk for community, and under this activity we are going to conduct 3 health talk per village in 11 village to raise awareness on biodiversity and zoonotic disease risks and also the behavior change. And for the second activity, monitoring livestock wildlife interaction, camera tapping, conduct of camera tap assessment in Nampui National Protected Area to understand the zoonotic pathogen source and hotspot of interaction. For the last activity, we implementing like the smart for health approach to strengthen disease prevent and health civilians. And for the project focus, the initial of implementing this project of Asamco, we have conduct the windage baseline survey at the target windage with the objective of this survey are to like the assessment livestock production system and managing practice and health condition. And we also identify key zoonotic disease and potential transmission risks between animal and human, and evaluate access to veterinary service and information, and assess community awareness and behavior related to zoonotic disease and prevent measure. And the last inform village level 1 health intervention. And From the village baseline survey, West conduct at 13 target village of Paklai, Phiang, and Thomisai district and in Sanyaburi with 250 respondents. Will walk you through of this result in the next slide. Okay. Let's outcome from the village baseline survey the result. So let's villager keep their livestock as the key source income of and food with multi livestock species as you can see at this graph. And for the receipt of villager report less the commonly somatic receipt like the food and mouth receipt and hemorrhagic city chemia and avian cholera and avian influenza COVID-19 and also Africa swine fever. These are the information from baseline survey. And regarding the wildlife interaction, the majority of survey villager report interaction between wildlife and livestock, particularly in area where livestock feed and near forest or nature habitats, and other form of interaction with wildlife include consumption of bush meat and hunting for selling. And regarding the awareness and behavior change, about 60% of household report awareness of zoonotic disease, and about 69% of villager report the use of biosecurity practice when handling animal or animal products. However, this measure practice remain very basic, and households still report engaging in risky practice such as wildlife interdiction or unsafe carcass disposal and unsafe water use in the target village. And for the reporting mechanism, the result, so that animal disease even often report through informal channels such as village authority or community member with limit use of daily use of formal reporting system. And for the veterinary service, about 41% of respondents report that there is no access to animal health service, and only 2 of 13 village report having an active village veterinary worker. The majority of respondents indicate that they never consult professional veterinary service when animal are sick. And there are the recommendation from the village baseline survey. The first strengthen formal disease reporting mechanism between community and government veterinary authority to enable early detection and response to animal disease outbreaks. And second, expand the training like the deployment and support of village veterinary worker to improve access to frontline animal health service, improve information sharing and case reporting. And the third, implement community-based like the training program focus on safe livestock management and biosecurity practice and zoonotic disease prevent to address the gap between awareness and behavioral practice. And for the activity for the second activity on the camera tapping, we have designed the camera tap survey based on the finding from the village baseline survey and consultation with the community. and the location and area where wildlife and livestock present and record in the past, and these to ensure that camera tab are placed to the right place to maximize of detection. And these are the project focus. Once we have decide the location, then when deploy set up about 100 camera tab in the Nampui National Protected Area from October to December from 2025 last year. With currently the data and photo of the camera tab are being analyzed to identify and the potential risk for zoonotic disease emergence. And for the activity of Smart for the Health approach in July 2025, we have conducted the training for National Protected Area and Ranger and listing of agriculture and environment, and also provincial of agriculture and environment in Nampui National Office with about 28 people officer attend. And the objective of this training is to training the officer to use like the smart system to report unusual and animal uh, mobility and or mortality, and also for the officer to be able to report the risks in the real time. We use the GPS and smart system. And after the training for the Nampui Protected Area and Ranger team, we conduct patrol in and around the NPA as a result the report. So that's were livestock catching feeding in the National Protected Area. The report so that's with 25 buffalo and more than 100 cow were found from the smart patrol. And this the map of the smart for health patrol. You can see that the lot indicate the livestock in the National Protected Area, and the black dot where wildlife present. This means that the wildlife and livestock are interfere in the National Protected Area and this for zoonotic disease outbreaks. And now for the activity on the facilitation health talk for the community, we are currently WF, we work together with AVSF have been complete the development of relevant material like the poster. Plus, we are updating our existing wildlife video to be used for the health talk. Now we have a plan to training like the TOT training how to use this material for the listing officer, and we then they will did the health talk activity at the village level together with national protected area. And the podcast this in this slide I would like to update other podcasts at the this ASAPCO project. We have official side MOU for Nampui National Protected Area in May last year. This mark an important keystone to support the implementation of ASAPCO project activity on the ground in the area. And other important we have say our focus to the present our ASAPCO work at the CS annual like the scientific meeting at on 27 October from last year. And we also say our work on One Health leading the One Health symposium in February 2026. And this showcase the wider network to know what we doing, what focus we have under ASAPCO project. And for the activity timeline, this the project timeline for the Asamco. I would like would like you to focus on the 2026 timeline. Now is the Q2 of the 26. So the activity are including health talk training. As mentioned, we are under development of the relevant material. When the material are ready, then we will organize training to province district level before it will be conduct at the village level. And we will continue to conduct the patrol now, collect the data related the wildlife and livestock um, mobility and mortality at the target village, and organize a meeting at the provincial and district level with the key government counterpart, report on the progress of the project activity. Okay, that's on for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, or be happy to take from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fabien. Do we have questions after this very clear and your presentation? Do we have questions? Yes, Mani.
Yes, thank you very much for this presentation. It's really nice to see concrete activities and see that activities have been started. I was wondering in the different villages included in the baseline survey, is there some dogs or like pets living within the human population? Because you mentioned livestock. So I was wondering if it was a part of your survey, baseline survey, to understand how, for example, dogs can make links between human population and wildlife if they are going to the forest or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can jump in here. I'm sorry because I have no electricity here, so you guys may not see my face. The good luck for me is that I still have battery on my laptop. Anyways, so yes, based on the information from the baseline survey, yeah, in the lab context, you as you may know is that normally the villagers, they will live with their livestock, like mostly is for poultry, I would say. And even in the countryside, I would say that some village they still have like pig roaming around. So I would say that this is as the report showing that the livestock is freely grazing freely in the protected areas. So yes, I would say yes. Not sure if I answer your questions here.
After with the dogs also, you have problem with the dogs.
Dog, right?
Yeah, you ask question about dogs, number of dogs, roaming dogs, stray dogs with the villagers. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. Yeah, of course, we also have that as well. Like
Yeah.
not every household that they got dogs, but yeah, like some
Okay.
household they will get one or two, and yeah, something like that. So you can
And to complete the question of Manon, using your camera traps, I suppose that you also capture some dogs also there. Maybe you did not have
Yeah,
to
it was my
analyze.
next question. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good questions. From this round of camera trapping that we are, as mentioned in this presentation, currently we are the data and photos are being analyzed. So we are not confirmed yet that we got this, but from the previous camera trap analyze report, we can identify the dogs in the NPA with poachers.
So, Dr. Sek, for the lock also the major threat to the national protected area when the community they go to the NPA sometimes they bring the dog to inside, so also have the problem or the threat to wildlife in Napui.
For sure, because on the other side in Nan, Jojo that are following also, we capture at every camera trap, we capture dogs.
Dog.
Yes, raining.
Yeah, I
Just
think
maybe
Napui is
to,
also the same. I think maybe similar
yeah, for
after.
sure.
Yeah.
We can just to inform you on Manon, because I think we have to go to the little bit more to the dogs and the rabbits, because both countries are going there. But we have to use another common border provinces, especially so the in Loy provinces. So in the I think it's more Nong Khai and by this way, because we have confirmed case in Thailand about rabies in jackal. And we discussed with the national park, with everything. Mo is there to confirm that we have to go to put collars on the dogs on camera trap. But I think because we will do that in the Thai side, we should contact you and to see how we can support you also to do at least some camera trapping to support you to put that in the Laos side.
I don't know if there
Thank
was a
you.
question
Thank you,
because
sir.
I might have more, but I don't know, Benedict, if you have time. I know you have an
Yes.
agenda.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You can go ahead. But maybe
So
somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
just in case.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can write the question in the chat or.
No, it's okay. No, you can.
So just curiosity question regarding consumption of wildlife. So what kind of animals are consumed, and what is a regulation in the country regarding that? How it is organized in terms of regulation aspects related to wildlife consumption?
You mean the regularly in Nam Pui
Yeah,
National
because
Protected Area?
you highlight wildlife consumption. I think
Yes.
here exactly. Consume
So
wild meat.
which species of
Which
wildlife?
species and
Almost is how can I say in Laos people and people living there almost they eat almost species from wildlife, but just some like the most popular is wild pig and also the muntjac and deer. Is it the most also the gawa and bird species. Yes, but you know that one is like we can see normal like they are hunting, and also some kinds of primate group like a monkey, but not much about the gibbons. And and the bird, we have a lot of species of bird in there, so they have the season to do the hunting for bird, especially during the drying season. And but deer and muntjac and wild pig is like so popular for them to hunt and easy to find them, especially the wild pig in Nam Pui. Yep.
Thank you.
And for regulation,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just would like to complement to what Benny just mentioned. Best that the species that normally the villagers they consume at the local levels. So regarding the law and regulations, we do have the Lao Wildlife Law that just revised in 2024. So, but regarding the Lao laws, still open for, I would say that if the protected species is 100% prohibited for consumption, But for the categories 3, let's say, like rodent species or some of the category 2, like wild boar or this, still consumed with the villagers. And based on the law, is not specified that, okay, if you hunt for, how to say, if you hunt for trade, that is completely prohibited, including the category 2 or 3. But for home consumption, the law still open some for that.
Thank you. That's very interesting. Thank you so much.